like fun metal.
It is, man.
Like,
This is like metal you need to like wake up to. Like, get your ass out of bed.
this is the type of metal you drive to work. You're just like,
Fuck yeah.
You know what I was gonna compare it to? A Power Rangers intro. That thing rocks.
That thing
rocks. But I know what you mean. It's fun.
It's fun. I saw a TikTok about that. How like Power Rangers like created a whole new generation of metal fans.
Yes.
Guilty. Anyway, hey, what's up, punks?
Hey, what's up?
RockMental in the house for another Rockin I'm your boy Chaotic, your resident metalhead and ADHD brain.
Yep, Mayhem got that bipolar disorder and that PTSD.
Groompy. I get the sads. Battle longs with depression.
That's why he's our emo boy.
Yes.
Yes. The sad thing is, emo doesn't exist.
Ooh, that's
That's not just a face, okay?
Stay tuned for that topic. And we also got
I'm the producer. I have everything they have and more, so you could defer to them on any.
I see Big Mac's on the chat already. What's up, Big Mac?
what's up, dude?
Yep, and the Power Rangers theme, I think, is something that all of us can connect to.
Yep,
That
totally.
opening theme song slapped.
Yep.
It slapped.
Yeah.
It slapped.
Yep, that and then Saber-tooth Tiger! That's my favorite. I always wait for it every time for her to come out. Yeah, that's my favorite.
So that's how we start an episode. It's about Rangers. But anyway, thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for coming on this live stream. And for all our subscribers, thanks for your continued support. And all our new subscribers, welcome to the pit. If you have not subscribed yet, joining for your very first time, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notify button. And as always, tell your friends.
Absolutely. And yeah, we like the mosh pit around here.
We do like
Yes,
the mosh
sir.
pit.
Yep, we like the mosh pit a lot. And it's not just the mosh pit being at the show that we like. It's kind of like the culture that's inside of there. The culture of being one. And I think a lot of people looking from the outside in and seeing a mosh pit see just a bunch of violence and just chaos. But when you look inside as a spectator, from someone who enjoys that, you see people helping each other out. Someone falls, stop what you're doing and hop them.
That's right.
Me and Inferior went to a show. There's no mosh pit, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But people were passing out for some reason.
Oh, geez.
People dropping stuff, of course. Stop what you do. Help a brother or sister out.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's what we want to instill in our culture here with our family, our mosh pit family here,
That's right.
is what we call our mosh pit mentality. So everybody put those horns up and we'll go through it. You hit the ground,
If you hit the ground,
put your hand up.
put your hand up.
You see a hand up,
If you see a hand up,
put your hand out.
put your hand out.
Ask,
Ask,
answer.
answer.
That's how we rage to see another show.
That's how we rage to see another show. Nobody moshes alone.
That's right. Nobody moshes alone. Go to rockmental.com/help for some help. Just get on one of our shows. Get on the live stream, on the chat. You know, tell us what's going on with you. More than happy to talk to you. All right, and Grimmy's going to tell us about what we're doing today.
All right, guys. As always, you know, we go through a week. We talk about our feels. We talk about your guys' feels if you guys want to pitch in as well. And we'll share mental health and info resources for whoever may need it. We got great music for you guys as always.
Always.
Always. I'm actually pretty excited about my band.
Yeah.
Same here,
same.
same.
Even my playlist. I'm excited about
I
it.
was inspired this week, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Same. Oh, yeah. I got a crazy story.
Okay.
I got a crazy
Cool. This week, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a game, but we have a good topic for you guys.
Yeah.
That's gonna generate a good buzz.
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
it's summer, right? It's
summer.
almost officially summer.
Yes.
And there's a lot of shows going on.
Yep.
There is.
Because I'm tight over there.
It's kind of
Okay.
concert season.
It's
kind
very
of
much
concert
concert.
shit.
Yes, sir.
Like, remember Wedding Crashers?
Oh yeah.
Season.
It's concert season.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get into it a little bit later.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about that. We'll talk about our playlist. Again, I'm excited about my playlist this week.
Yeah. That's
Um,
good stuff.
Figured, where can everyone find us?
Yeah, head over to @RockMental Official on pretty much all the social media platforms. Yeah, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff. There was rockmental.com. That's our hub. That's where you can find everything and anything about Rockmental. Where you can contact us if you're a band. You can hit us up if you're a fan. You just want to let us know something. We have resources there too for your mental health. Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Cool. Well, we got a lot going on this week, guys. We got a lot happening. If you all remember, a big episode of Beyond the Pit just dropped on Friday. We had Big Mac,
Yep.
our homeboy in the chat.
Yeah.
We had an awesome episode with Big Mac there from Embering Effigy. It just dropped on Friday. If you have not listened to it, you need to listen to it. Big Mac has got awesome story to tell you. It talks about the music, talks about how Embering Effigy came to be, talks about style. But dude, he's got one hell of a story, one unique perspective. Let's just say his day job gives him a portal into what's going on in lives and how it affects. His message is so awesome. So if you have not seen it, your homework for this week, let's say homework number 1, go listen, go watch. You can catch that on YouTube, or you can catch it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music.
Oh no, every time I watch one of these, I learn something.
Oh, dude.
About
Insane.
Not just like life, but just how everybody interacts with health, and like how it's different for everybody but the same.
Yeah.
And that's what I got from Big Mac. Great story.
Oh, dude.
Just a great story, great just talking about
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. You know how hard it was? 3 guys with ADHD talking? Coming up with a coherent thing. Like, it was awesome, man. It was so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was awesome. Please go check it out if you have not. And coming up, we also have another really good episode, guys.
Oh yeah.
We have another one on the works. I think we can. Should we tell them? Should we tell
I think
them?
we should give at least a little hint.
Should we give a little hint?
hint?
It's a little teaser.
Yes.
Okay, I think so. Figure let's let them know who we got next.
All right. Hey, guys, this is Jeff from Too Early to Tell, and we're going beyond the pit this week with Chaotic. Catch our interview on RockMental's official YouTube channel and on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Apple Music. See you all there.
All right, that's right. We talked to Jeff Block from Too Early to Tell. I don't know if you guys remember Too Early to Tell. This was a few months ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. I was in a weird mood. Not weird, but I kind of felt a little out of the metal. I needed something chill. And Too Early to Tell came on my playlist, man. These guys are awesome. Alt rock. If you like the alt rock, grunge, Smashing Pumpkins sort of feel, these bands are awesome. Jeff was such a dude. He talked about a lot of his influences, a lot of the things that he talks about. We're also fellow music nerds. High school.
Oh yeah.
We connected on that. But that episode's gonna come up pretty soon, and be stay tuned for that one. That's gonna be really good. Talk about this thing. He actually has new music coming out.
Oh,
he has some new EP, so we'll talk a little about that more a little later.
Yep.
Cool.
Definitely.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, you guys look nice today.
Yeah, thanks.
guys
I'm
look
wearing
really
my
good.
Sonder Mountain
There you
merchandise.
go. Hey, I got that shirt in black.
Yep. I Miss Mayhem was like, "You wear a little color." I was like, I'm allergic, but for the wife, I will do anything and put a little what's this, salmon color maybe?
Salmon pink
Salmon coral.
Yeah,
I
there you
kind of like it.
And look at we got Groompy over here. It's on
There we
Sonder
go.
Mountain on the back.
Hell yeah.
Got the skull
Good
stuff.
design.
You know,
Nice
got
stuff.
got some Sonder Mountain RockMental gear. If you can see, it says RockMental right there on the side. We had a chance to catch up with Kip this week, right? Figure.
Yes, he was actually he was in Costa Rica, like
He was out. He's been busy, man. He's been doing a lot of stuff, but he's got exciting. His summer line, the new summer line from Sonder Mountain. If you like tattoos and you like awesome, good quality shirts, you gotta hit up Sonder Mountain, man.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Their stuff is so cool.
they've been putting in the work for this song.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
and the messaging.
Yep.
Holy shit! There were some shirts that kind of made me blush. Like, oh shit!
Yes.
Like, oh damn, he went there.
Yep.
It's really cool stuff. Really awesome. Kip, it was so awesome catching up with Kip, man, because he's got some good things in the works. We might have a few things in the works as well, so you gotta stay tuned. But please go support them at Sunder Mountain Apparel on Instagram, or you just hit them up, sundermountainapparelco.com. Hit them up. You'll find our exclusive RockMental gear under the Partners in Recovery. RockMental is so proud to partner with Sunder Mountain, not just because their clothes is just fucking rad.
Oh, dude.
But because Kip is a dude, he's helping treatment centers and recovery centers there in the Denver area help connect people to the treatment and healing that they need. Certain proceeds and certain things go towards that. So he's a dude. He's about the real stuff, and so our missions are like this, guys. Like we're one and one. We're just trying to get people the help they need. So please do that. Go support Kip. Go support these people that need the treatment, and you get a badass shirt and hat and shoes and other shit on there.
Absolutely. Just read about his story, man.
Yeah.
Just go to read about his story. He's just a great guy. A really great guy.
So we're gonna, there's some stuff. There's some stuff happening behind the scenes. We can't wait to tell you guys.
Absolutely.
One of them, I'm so fucking stoked about this possibility. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But we'll let you guys know once we have more.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we've been working on as well. So you guys remember talking about stepping up for men.
That's right. Very important.
Our partners at Heads Up Guys, you guys can show your support as well for men in your life by posting your videos using the hashtag Step Up For Him. We have more details about that campaign on rockmental.com/Heads Up Guys. And I kind of wanted to give another stepping up for him. I want to step up for all those guys out there, all those dads that can't be with their kids. Man, I was there, and I know that hurt. Man, just oof.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's tough. And you guys, I've been there. You're not alone through this. Find your friends, find your family, just find some love out there. And as you're going through this, just make yourself the best version of yourself for your.
Hell yeah.
And get what you need to get done to be in your kids' life the best version. And we got a lot of resources for you all. First off, fuck the stigma.
Fuck
sir.
the stigma.
We're gonna talk about this
shit.
shit. We're gonna talk about mental health. If you're in crisis, 988 should be loaded in your phone already. But if you need to talk to somebody right now, if you know somebody that needs to talk to someone right now, 988. If you're just curious, you want to find where to find help, 988 is the way to go. We also have other resources for helping survivors. These are an excellent organization helping survivors of sexual abuse and sexual assault find resources and potentially even maybe some legal representation. Heads Up Guys, again, is there as well. And all this to say, therapy works. It's helped every single one of us here.
Yes, sir.
It'll help you just do the work, become better. Everything will fall into place after that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And not that this is breaking news or anything, but I don't know if you guys could tell, but we are not licensed medical professionals.
Not at all.
We are barely professional at what we do. So, but we're talking from our experience. We're talking about our experience going through it, going through the motions, dealing with our demons, and coming out better for it. And that's what we're trying to do here in the mosh pit. Help each other and help you guys give. In fact, I kind of went on the old computer machine. Messed around on our website. So now, when you go to rockmental.com/help, you can actually call 988 or text 988 straight from our website.
Oh,
nice.
So you can look at the resources, kind of see what's there. And if you feel that, you know what, I need a call, I need a text, or you know what, I know someone who's going through some shit right now and I don't know where to start, you can call or text directly from our site.
Absolutely.
So I learned a thing or two.
Nice.
It was pretty cool, but it's all to bring you guys
the
resources, trying to make it as easy and as simple as possible for you guys. So please, rockmental.com/help. If you have any question, if you're just looking for whatever,
Absolutely.
it's all there.
How about a little music?
Let's do it. Let's get the music.
Let's get some
You
music.
guys ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right,
Follow
guys.
them rules. You're gonna follow the rules this time?
Maybe.
No. I broke a little bit of a rule for a very good reason.
Okay. I noticed.
It's very worth it though. Trust.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I have an explanation.
All right.
All right.
So did I. You didn't care. All right, guys. for you guys new or even returning, as you guys know, we do a lot of research during the week.
Yep.
Try to search up new bands, try to listen to a lot new, expose ourselves to new music, and we try to bring you the best bands that we can find to showcase for you guys. We usually try to go with newer upcoming bands, 50K, 1,000 listeners or less a month on Spotify. Usually.
Yeah.
We'll play 2 songs from each band. Let you guys know why we picked the band, why we pick specific songs, how they connected with us. We'll always put the Spotify barcodes on the screen. That way, you guys, we can make it easier for you guys to find these bands, because they definitely deserve the exposure. You know, we joke around about who brings the best bands, but they're great bands. They just definitely deserve the exposure.
Oh yeah, every single one of them.
But play the game with us. Let us know who you like the best. Who do you think has better taste?
Yep.
This guy.
That being said,
Who's first?
I'm gonna go. I'm
gonna take it first?
Okay.
all right.
I've been watching a lot of what's that show called? The one on Apple Plus, Mystic Quest. That was called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mystic
Yeah.
Quest. And so I got really into F. Murray Abraham's backstory.
Okay.
So I need to do a backstory
All right.
on this band, because I will admit this week was hard, because
It was.
there was a lot going on, but then like even musically, like I'm just listening to bands. I'm like, okay, these guys are good. This guy's good. I'm adding a ton on the play, and I'm just like, okay, but like, who am I gonna feature? Like, what's gonna happen? And it was interesting because, it kind of takes me back to our Beyond the Pit episode with Big Mac, and Big Mac mentioned. I'm just not spoiler, but Big Mac mentioned. Oh right,
Yeah, he said Mystic Quest is awesome.
right. It
Yes,
sucks that they
it is.
canceled it, man.
Yeah.
God. Anyway, we can have a whole thing about canceled TV shows.
Hashtag bring Mystic Quest back.
Well, they have a side quest, which, I'll watch it again. Anyway, that was an ADHD tangent number 2. So listening to these bands, and I just couldn't not figure out like what's going on. Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna bring Groompy involved, because he was actually over. We were hanging out. And I'm on Spotify. I'm just like trying to figure out, okay, what the fuck am I doing? Like, which band? I'm like going through. All of a sudden, you know how like Spotify kind of has like their own version of shorts?
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah.
their bands can put up. All of a sudden, this band just came up, and I click on it, and I dropped the phone.
Mhm.
I dropped the phone, and it not freaked me out. I was just like, what the hell? Because the guy singing, the singer, looked exactly like a family member that we recently lost.
Mm-hmm.
It was, oh my God, scary. Like, I think we
Okay.
both went a little pale,
Yeah.
because he looks just like him. The tats, everything looked just like him. This took me back to a conversation with Big Mac about his drummer Raph and
Mhm.
Embering Effigy, of when he was trying to recruit him. And I believe Big Mac, his name is Mike Tombstone, right? Also recently departed. Rest in peace. But it goes back to this thing, like our fallen friends are not gone.
Yep.
They continuously come back and give us messages and talk to us through crazy shit,
Mhm.
right? And so at that moment, when I dropped that phone and I showed Groompy,
Yeah.
right then and there, it's like, dude, he's here.
Yeah.
He's here. And I clicked on it and I started listening to the music, and I understood why.
Yeah.
It was so heavy, so powerful, that I'm like, this is my band this week.
Mhm.
This is my band this week. So the band is called Lost Lives.
Yeah, I know.
It was, wow. This was totally this guy coming from the other side, talking to me, saying, what's up? They're a 4-piece alt metal band from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Okay, so up there in the well, there's another band I covered from, can't think of. Oh, Beefell.
Hmm.
They've been gigging for a long time. I think they got together during COVID. started just piecing things together and started experimenting and stuff. But they have a really cool sound. They sound a lot like they have like a lot of cool elements from different bands. You're gonna hear it. They have 8.6K monthly listeners on Spotify. Okay. I'm gonna get to this first one. I know we talk about mental health, we talk about struggle and depression, a lot of heavy things, but I'm gonna do a trigger warning. Okay, I know we don't usually do this, but I'm gonna do a trigger warning because this song, just by the name, is called Numb the Pain. So trigger warning for anyone out there listening. This song does deal with substance abuse and suicide. So you need to do whatever you need to do what you need to do. But I want to get into it. Let's just start straight from the beginning. Numb the Pain by Lost Lives.
I think I've lost my nerve. My mind runs in circles. I can't shake this curse. I've learned to hate myself. Feel the shame buried in memories that hurt. I look inside. What do I see? This person I hate staring back at me.
Those ones set me free.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is heavy. This is heavy as shit, man.
Yeah.
This is heavy as shit. So, this is Numb the Pain. This is part of the band's brand new EP that just dropped. That EP is called Home. It has 4 tracks, and this is I think number 2 on that EP. Thanks to the guys, they actually put out a whole press kit and everything like that. So I got to get a little understanding. So the lead singer, his name is Tanis Pellegrini. He talks about this song, Numb the Pain. It's a raw and honest portrayal of the struggles with mental health, substance abuse, and suicidal ideations during late adolescence and early adulthood. This song is a testament to the battles we face within ourselves. It's about the hard-hitting truth that numbing our pain only delays the inevitable. Confronting our inner turmoil head-on the only way.
Ooh.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
It's rough because I think what got me was particularly this family member of ours, died in this manner, unfortunately. And I think we've had a lot of people who, whether, on purpose or not, ended up losing that battle. And this really talks about that raw emotion about, looking in the mirror, not liking yourself. But the mirror lies sometimes, The mirror is not telling you the truth. It's not showing you the real you. And that, that line, that pills won't set me free.
Yeah.
It's so true. And this is something
is.
also Big Mac talked about, a temporary solution or a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And so, again, listener discretion advised. This song is definitely heavy, but it brings out the real shit. It brings out the raw stuff behind some real mental health issues.
Yeah.
Real substance abuse go through, and how sometimes it's too late. So this goes out to anyone that, if you're listening, watching, whatever, if you're dealing with any sort of substance addiction, or you're feeling it, you're feeling that itch, do yourself a favor, call 988 right fucking now.
Yeah.
Turn this show off. Turn off whatever you need to do. Go call, because your life is, and nothing, the pills, the drink, the alcohol, whatever it is, all that shit's not. Connections are gonna help. People are gonna help. There's people who do want to help you. So that one was just a holy shit moment. And like, you feel it, but I think for someone going through it, it can at least acknowledge acknowledge that those emotions are real. They are real. I'm not going to deny that. But that it's been felt by so many people along the way. And unfortunately, we need to be better at society, as friends, as brothers, as sisters, as, you know, family members, people in the pit. We need to do better to make sure that these people get that help and are able to communicate a judgment-free zone and just talk about. And hopefully that could be that first step towards that healing recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. And in my treatment with substance abuse, we talked a lot about how you're seeking like a short-term relief for this long-term problem.
Yeah.
And how, yeah, you'll feel better for a night or maybe a weekend if you can afford it.
Yeah.
But it always makes the long-term stuff harder to deal with.
Yeah.
And, you know, dealing with those underlying problems is hard. I mean, you have to address a lot of stuff that might have happened in your childhood or, you know, in adulthood. I mean, bad things happen all the time, but short-term relief isn't worth it. And I think
No, it's not.
that was a hard lesson for me to learn, is actually made things a lot worse because of what you do to seek that relief.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's, you know, it's hard, especially as a observer, seeing someone going down that path.
Yeah.
You know, we talked, it was someone dear to me.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the first person I witnessed it with either.
Exactly.
You know, I grew up in a household where I had a parent that, you know, struggled with addiction as well. And, you know, song really, Lives Lost, like, you know, it sucks. You know, some people will find their addiction and it might seeing them going down that path, but seeing them go down that path and for years
Yeah.
and years
Yeah.
and years and just eat at them
Yeah.
slowly but
Yeah.
surely. You know, it's really tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. And you know, we've been talking about standing up. You know, it's hard. You know, I was young, but it's hard sometimes to think, you know, some of these loved ones might need the help, might need the push,
Yeah.
might need the confrontation.
Yeah. There you go.
It might go well, but having that courage to be that person, to confront them, to tell them, and it, you know, it doesn't have to be like an argument or,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know, with people with substance abuse, sometimes it does lead to argument, but you know, it comes from a place from love to not stay quiet,
Yeah.
to try to be that force of like, you know, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
What can I do to help? Where can we start?
Exactly.
And you know, you don't want to really be living with the regret of, did I do enough for this person?
Oh, hell yeah. And that eats at you.
It does. It really does. You know, you can't blame yourself at the end of the day, and you got to live on. But you know, you have sometimes these sobering moments of reminding you and bringing up these old feelings of like, man, I just wish I felt like I could have done more.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what this song is trying to do, is trying to put out there that, you know, yeah, these emotions are real. These things, you know, real people have these emotions. And for a lot of us, especially who's gone through it, who's come out and said, I didn't know. Oh, I had no idea. I never saw the signs. You know, it doesn't mean that, you know, they hadn't been feeling it for a long time. And so I think that's what this song is trying to do, is highlight the fact that, you know, these things do happen. And unfortunately, people do turn to drugs, alcohol, you know, crazy shit to deal with the pain, because as it pains me to say, in our society, that's the easier route.
Yeah.
You know, we make it hard for people to actually seek treatment. We make it hard, and we place that stigma. That's why we're here to say fuck the stigma.
Exactly what does that
Right?
say.
Right?
There's more stigma to seek help than to
And to continue.
Continue, yeah.
right? I mean, even think about some of the fallen, Chester and Chris Cornell and Scott Wiley. Think about these guys, when they announce, oh, so and so's in rehab, we're like, oh, well, shit, okay. We start thinking a certain way about them, but then we don't honor them until they're gone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To me, that's fucking backwards,
Kurt
man.
Cobain's a perfect example.
That's who came up to mind too.
The dude
Yeah.
was literally in rehab, a couple weeks before he passed?
Yeah.
And of course, they're like the degenerate, dysfunctional lead singer of a band.
Yeah.
But when they pass, now they're a visionary. They're a tortured soul.
Yeah.
That's so backwards. I mean, a lot of the bands that I love, Chino from Deftones had his struggle with.
Yeah. For sure.
Jonathan Davis from Korn as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
These guys talk about their substance abuse in a very real way.
Yeah.
And we're fortunate that they didn't lose their lives because of that battle, but how many people have
Yeah.
artists that we've never heard of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that had that potential but lost that battle with substance abuse? And
Yeah. It's real, man.
And it's real, and it especially for these artists, it sucks in a way how having a front and center for everyone to see your struggles, because it's hard to hide,
It is.
especially when you're down in the fight. It's hard to hide.
Exactly.
So to be out in the public where, you're right. A lot of people they'll judge
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
before, want to be empathetic about it and
Exactly.
try to help.
Exactly.
It's easier to judge and
Yeah.
place a stigma on it.
Exactly.
I could give another example. It's I guess the opposite. Instead of like judging them, Kanye West, they're sort of like making
Yeah.
fun of him. Like
Yeah.
you could definitely tell there's something wrong.
Well-
But instead of some people saying, hey,
Yeah.
you got to get help.
Yeah.
There's something wrong. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, look at him. He's doing something stupid again.
Yeah. I think Cat Williams said it perfectly. Like, why are we allowing him to make an ass of himself?
Yeah.
Why isn't anyone going and helping him?
Yeah. It's he's obviously going through
Mm-hmm.
not, we can talk all day about whether he's doing drugs or not, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's going through some mental health issues. I believe he came out saying he has bipolar.
Yeah. He lost his mom and then he got divorced and he lost the rights to his kids as well.
He's got a lot of trauma. He's got a lot of hurt, just like anybody else. And we got to stop, making it a meme.
Yeah.
We got to stop fucking, putting it on TMZ and say, look at this shit just for clicks and stuff, man. These are human fucking beings, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These are human beings. It doesn't matter how famous or not famous they are. It doesn't matter how much money or how good their music is. These are human beings.
Exactly.
And we cannot lose our humanity just because it's convenient for us.
Well, instead of thinking of Kanye West as that just really disturbed guy writing just dumb shit on social media, he's a son.
Yeah.
He's a father.
Yeah.
He's a spouse.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of people relying on him.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
He goes and does and says some really stupid shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I kind of chuckle at it sometimes too. But underlying all of that is just a very, very troubled individual that needs help.
Yeah.
And we talk about how the music industry doesn't help
No.
people like that. It's actually better for the music industry because now
They're
his
making more
music has
money.
more.
Exactly. Well, I mean, same thing on the other side. Chester Bennington was a son,
Yeah.
was a father. Now those kids have to grow up,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And it sucks because, not to say that more could have been done, but more can always be done.
Yeah.
And I think this song just really highlights just the real raw shit that people go. I know Big Mac said that was heavy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's what rock music does.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do.
Yep.
We're here to bring up a more realistic view of what life is about, right?
Yeah.
So
Before we move on,
Yeah.
we're talking about like I said, I felt like I could have done more. Like sometimes those feelings come, but I've gone through therapy myself now. I've gone through Al-Anon myself now. As someone who lived with someone with addiction.
Yeah.
We're bringing up Kanye and seeing how people ostracize him, and
yeah,
these loved ones
Oh, yeah.
almost feels like they turn their back from him, but one person can only do so much.
Exactly.
It's um
Yeah.
it I mean, it's hard to say, but sometimes, especially an addict, especially someone in trouble who doesn't want the help, and you can't bring you can't spiral down with this person
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
try to help them.
Exactly.
And it's hard, and no one person will be able to tell you, you know, how long to keep trying.
Yeah.
Everyone has their, your patience will run out. Everyone's different,
100%.
but at some point you're going to be hurting yourself more than, before you're going down the same path.
Oh,
But just I don't know, being on that side of the spectrum as well, I just want to, kind of remind people like, yes, be there, try to help, but also recognize at
Yeah.
some point wherein you yourself are going down the same path emotionally, or where there's going to be a time where it's going to be enough. It's going to be enough, and you've tried as much as you can. And
Yep.
the best advice I can always give was, for a certain person in my life, we had to cut contact. We had to stay away.
Mhm.
The moment he wanted help, the moment, we were asked to help, we were always there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When the help is wanted, when the help is asked, so someone puts their hand up, we reached out with our hand.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But it doesn't mean you have to
Not to get
submit
on the
your
ground with them either.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You don't have to lay down in the mud with them just to think you're helping and
Yeah.
bring your own well-being
Exactly.
down the gutter as well.
Exactly. That's what it's saying, man. That's what the mosh pit mentality is. You're
Yes.
down, put your hand up. As hard as it is to put that hand up, as
Yeah.
hard as it is to make that call to a loved one, to a friend, as hard as it is to admit, fuck, I got a problem.
Mhm.
That one action
Mhm.
of reaching out, that one action of saying, I need help, that could be the difference. Because someone will always, just in the pit, someone will always grab your hand and pick you up.
Promise you.
100%.
For anyone going through
Yeah.
substance abuse, no problem, thinking, my friends, my family, my loved ones want nothing to do with me, I promise you, you put that hand out, someone's going to reach it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Never be too proud or too ashamed to put that
Exactly.
hand out.
Mhm.
Exactly. Well said, man.
Whew.
That was a
A little bit more music.
okay. Okay. I promise this one's better. Well, not it's just as important, just as good. But this one talks about what healing can look like.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, the band is called Lost Lives.
Lives lost.
Lives lost.
Yeah.
Lost lives.
Lives lost.
I got it. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You checked. Lives lost.
Uh-huh.
So this next song actually features a Mr. Kellen Quinn. If you guys remember Kellen Quinn, he is he did a lot with he's actually part of that remember a few weeks ago we talked about the Sonic the Hedgehog
Yeah.
Sonic Frontiers soundtrack. He was featured in all that stuff. Let me find it. Oh, you're right. Life's lost. But anyway, this song is called Found. And the way he describes it, it's about the unwavering love that he has for his wife,
Mhm.
that they have found each other despite the heartache that they both experienced at homes growing up.
Mhm.
It's a testament to the power of love to heal and create a home within each other, no matter what your past looks like. So, again, we talk about it's a temporary problem, temporary issue.
Yes.
Once you find healing and once you find someone who can accept you, that makes all the difference. So I felt a lot of parallels with my relationship with Miss Chaotic, because this is exactly what describes it. We both come from, not so great, not so blustery, childhoods, but we were able to come together, accept each other, and help each other to do that. So let's just start right at the beginning. This song is called "Found" by Lives Lost.
Never knew someone could see my bitterness, seen the pain, the tears I've cried, stand by my side, watch the years go by, tell me to keep my dreams, you keep me clear when it's so hard to see, you said my heart is yours, just keep my line, no more goodbyes, baby, won't you say goodnight, so hold me close, this feels so right, love me always, I'll stay by your side, keep me close, I'll stay right by your side, I think about all the things that we will see, I dream about all the places we will be when you're ready, come find me, and you're the only one running through my head, felt love that day, said we'd be wed, when you're ready, you'll find me.
Yep, that's the other side of it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Calvin Quinn comes out later. Of course, he's Sleeping with Sirens.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
okay.
he's done a lot. He's actually done a lot of collaborations, and so
Yeah.
the fact that Lives Lost was able to collab with Calvin Quinn just is a testament to the work they put in and their musical journey. But yeah, man, this song, I mean, it says it all. Like your past is your past. Yeah, you can't necessarily run away from it or change it, but that doesn't mean that you can't find someone that can help you through that. That you can't find someone that can, be that rock for you.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how much it means to find that,
All right.
I
Absolutely.
think that it is so important, especially dealing with this mental health issue, and who can accept, my crazy ass brain is 100 miles an hour, and the fact that I have someone who can accept me for me and not,
Yep.
use that shit against me or just, whatever.
Understand you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And knowing I'm not perfect, but we're going at it and we're making the effort. And so I think this song is a perfect testament. It talks about what real connection looks like. And it doesn't have to be, a romantic situation. It could be that friend. It could be that family member. It could be that person that, the best friend who's more like family to you than your own family.
Yeah.
That person that you can connect with, that will have your back no matter what. That's what that can mean. That could be that connection you find, that he accepted, not just, with someone else, but accept yourself.
Yep.
And to be more comfortable with yourself. So
Anyway.
to me, this was a really cool, I wanted to balance it out,
Yeah.
First song's really, really heavy, but this song is also really talks about, being found,
Exactly.
because I think that's what, for especially the of us who's been through some real shit. Like, it's not necessarily being, finding, but being found, someone finding you,
Yeah.
accepting you and saying, you know what, I got you. Like
Hey, man.
that right there, shit.
Yeah. But me and Mrs. Mayhem, man, she's perfect for me in that she just saw me. It was like, okay, you can stop being stupid now. I love you, okay?
Yeah.
And on one hand was very loving and understanding of the stuff I went to, but in the same hand say, okay, but you can stop drinking, right? Like, you don't have to drink to deal with that. And it just got to one point where she said, okay, look, either you get help or I'm leaving. Like, that she had to love herself too, and I had to realize that I am not great of a person, like, but she was patient enough with me, helped me get through, I guess, the worst of it. And I mean,
Exactly.
it's just finding that right person that on one hand will support you, but on the other hand doesn't accept the excuses.
I'll call you on your shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Call you on your shit.
Exactly.
And just say, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
No. But they do it because they love you.
Yeah. And are you sure you should be drinking that? It's
Yeah.
like, how'd you sleep last night? Did you sleep last night? Like, just keeping an eye and kind of holding me accountable for stuff I know I should be doing.
Exactly.
And I think those that's the kind of love that I guess me as a recovering addict and all of that, someone that just went into treatment like 10 years, I needed is that not just support but accountability.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a kick in the ass.
Yep.
Well, kind of go back to what you're saying, having that someone that will call you out on your shit, not from a confrontational standpoint,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
But from a
place of love, honestly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from a place of love. And yeah, that accountability, it's just this one other person will not heal you.
no.
Mhm.
The healing is on you.
Oh, 100%.
The
Yep.
healing is on you. The
100%.
work is on you. But having that one person who will support you, who will be patient with you,
Yeah.
who is willing to understand, and and a lot of times it's a person themselves who's probably gone
Yeah.
through, who can understand it because they've gone through it themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. So really good. Lives
Yeah.
lost. Man, these guys, they're not afraid to talk about the real shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it got both of us in a place like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Ooh.
that we got to talk
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
This is what we're here for, guys. We gotta
Absolutely.
talk about this shit
Yes.
because if we can't come to our terms with some of these heavy things, then we're not going to make the change, and that's what we're
Yeah.
here. Make that
Mhm.
change,
It
man.
kind of reminds me of like those old, like not old, but like those post-hardcore bands from like the early 2000s, like
Yeah.
Senses Fail.
Yeah.
Oh man, like just singing about the real
Dude, Jonathan
facts.
Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Issues, that whole
Ooh.
album was just
Just
falling away from me like that.
just unfiltered, just pain.
Yeah.
Just talking about this stuff. And I think that people resonate with that. I think that's why a lot of
Exactly.
our kids nowadays gravitate towards this kind of
Exactly.
music.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you think about it, how many people are still here today because Jonathan Davis?
Oh,
went
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Think
Oh,
about
yeah.
it that way.
Absolutely. That's
know
the
what I
same
mean?
thing with me and Deftones. Like,
Yeah.
he's not singing about pretty things in a
No.
lot of those songs. Like, I connected with something. So
Oh, hell yeah.
same thing with people with Korn. They connect with something. Metallica. There's something that
Exactly.
people connect to that they're like, this is what I feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're in the chat, how about this? If you're in the chat, put in the song that made you feel that way, that said, yes, that's me.
Yeah.
That song, that dude gets me.
Oh yeah.
Put that in the chat. I'm
Yeah.
curious about these
Ooh.
responses.
For me, Hole in the Earth by Deftones.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at one point, it was a song by Disturbed that came out a long time ago. It wasn't even like a single. It was like one of their,
Mhm.
but that one, shit, yeah, that one got me. I'm gonna look that up.
Most recently,
Mhm.
I've had a few. There's one. Okay, I'll go one from like years ago, high school years. Smile Empty Soul. You guys remember Smile Empty?
Oh,
Soul?
Yeah.
Silhouettes by
Silhouettes, yeah.
Silhouettes by Smile Empty Soul.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
My God,
That's a
that
good one.
that
Yeah.
hits to the core still to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna revise. You know what song actually did it to me? The Red by Chevelle.
Oh.
Again, punk ass teenager was angry at the world. That one.
Yep.
Woo!
I'm a middle-aged man. There's a song called Chalk Outlines by Ren. You guys have heard of Ren? He's like a rapper
Oh,
from
yeah.
There's a song
So
with
good.
Ren and Chinchilla. Dude, every fucking time that song comes on, I cry. Because it's just explains perfectly just everything. Like
Yeah.
just the pain and taking medications to have to be okay. Like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh my,
Woo!
Iron.
Oh,
The song
yes.
Iron. Oh my, that. It's a song. If you guys don't know, yeah, he's a rapper, but it's literally a song having himself with his inner dialogue, and the guy struggles a lot, and I believe it's bipolar disorder
Yeah,
as well.
bipolar as well, I think.
And it's like him confronting his bipolar side
Mhm.
and just going off like it seems like two different singers, two different rappers,
Oh yeah.
but it's him. And
Oh, I think he's like
and
sitting in a
it's-
chair and he's like,
yeah, and he's singing to him.
yeah.
He's having this argument with himself, and maybe I can't really say that like, oh, that argument is exactly the argument I have with myself,
But I feel it.
but I feel it like we've all had that inner argument with
Yeah.
ourselves, like that inner demon that we
Yeah.
fight with.
Man,
And,
that part
oh.
of that song when he's like taunting himself is like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Mr. Rapper, Mr.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's like, where's your Grammys? Where's
Yeah.
your seat with Oprah? Where's
yeah.
that?
And I'm like, man, that is
He's like, why are you still doing this? Where
Exactly.
Oh my God, putting himself down.
yeah,
Oh,
man,
yes.
that's yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You know what? It was funny. Our friend Baines actually sent me that video
Mhm.
completely separate.
Yeah.
The Hyren. Yeah. I was just like, wait, I know that one. Baines.
Yeah, that
Dude,
So thank you, Baines.
that
I had
listen,
that song on repeat for a
Hey,
year.
hey,
anytime Ren is holding a guitar, just be ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Mac, if you don't know Ren, go check him out.
Anyway,
Anyway, sorry.
moving right along.
So I kind of went over time just by
Just
like
about 20
20
minutes.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving right along. Who's next? Oh, I'm next.
Next.
You're next.
So we're gonna lighten it up a bit with some dark wave, some post punk, yeah, some post punk. So we'll talk about it a little bit later. But took Figure to his first goth show.
Oh.
He was looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you find love?
We'll talk about that. Anyways,
We've all been there, Figure. We've all been there.
there's a reason I love typo negative. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, anyways,
I'm just waiting for you to say she was hot, man.
anyways, Nothing Happens is the artist that I want to feature. She is a post punk. I think she is like a dark wave post punk. I think, what did she call herself? Dark electro, I think is
Dark
kind of-
electro.
yeah.
Okay.
So before I get into how many monthly listeners they have, I'll have to say I've been meaning to feature her for a little while, but I knew the concert that we were coming up, like we were gonna attend, was coming up.
Oh, okay.
So she did fit all the rules like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I have evidence. So these all came from Europe. You know how long it takes
Ooh.
to
Ship those.
ship stuff from Europe. So these are her two, one EP, one record, I believe. Yeah, her name's Night in Athens. About 60,000 followers or 60,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Technically had fewer than 50,000 when I first intended. So she's from East London.
So this is not breaking the rules. It's more bent.
Bent.
It was a
Bending.
bend. It was
It
a
was-
bend.
This is what happens when you procrastinate, I guess.
It wasn't 150,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
150,000 from
Groupie.
Japan. At least I just can't understand what
But
they're-
when you look at the dynamics, like
Yeah.
when you started breaking down in the US, they only had like,
Uh-huh.
less than 5.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right. So the first song is called I Search for a Sign. And man, so I talked about fathers not being able to be with their kids.
Yeah.
Oh, this brought up a lot of this really hard feelings for me. So we'll start this song from 1 minute 55 seconds.
All right, one sec.
Sure. But yeah, man. Oh, kicking the old gut, man.
Kicking the squishy spot.
Right.
Goth indeed.
It's like kind of toolish.
Yeah. It's more industrial.
Yeah, definitely not.
The bass line and all of the synth reminds me of Nine Inch Nails a lot.
Yeah, I would have to
Yeah.
say that, yeah.
Donna, 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 Donna.
Oh, all this electric stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so being one of those fathers not able to be with their kids on Father's Day. So from that context, the lyrics. I long for your warmth, your tender embrace. I figured I can't trace. Let it rise, this endless ache. Show me your love, my heart will. In the emptiness of my solitude, I beg for your love, my eternal feud. Show me your love in the dark. Show me your love everlasting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang.
man.
Oof. That's kind of heavy this week.
Yeah,
man.
heavy.
Really heavy.
But obviously, I mean, she's singing from a woman's perspective, but from a guy's perspective who's been in that situation, you can't be with the ones that you love the most.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's rough.
that was rough. But like I said, really great. She's
Yeah.
got more, in my opinion, kind of an industrial leaning type of electronic sound. Definitely dark wave, some cold wave stuff going too, but
Yeah.
man, so good. So actually after the show that we went to, Figure wanted to I guess talk about a little bit more of some of these bands. So we got into some like Joy Division, how they went to New
Yeah.
Order, and some She Wants Revenge for the more current like
Yeah.
electronic stuff.
Yeah.
And such a great genre of music just to explore kind of those dark feelings that people don't like to talk about. So we'll talk about the concert later, but the next song I wanted to touch on is called Words Unspoken.
Ooh.
Yes, we'll also start from a minute 55.
The first time I listened to this song, it instantly went onto my chills playlist.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Words unspoken, meanings arise in the realm of silence, where wisdom lies.
All dark wave.
Oh yeah.
Lost whispers in the dead of night, and spite from noise and blinding light.
That guitar riff. Right
Yeah.
there.
That kind of driving bass line in the
Yeah.
back. Oh man.
I feel like I need to put my hair like this.
Yes.
Takes its time. Passive
One of the artists from the concert.
I like the foot. Wait, I have to put in my.
in this world
There we
There
go.
you go.
where noise
Yeah, so words unspoken, meanings arise in the realm of silence where wisdom lies. Hushed whispers in the dead of night, a respite from the noise and blinding light.
Oof.
That's me every night,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Just wanting to just put everything away and just enjoy,
Yeah.
not thinking about anything, just there,
Oh.
nothing existing. My brain is going so fast.
Yes.
With so much information, my heart full of so much angst that I just crave that moment at
Oh,
night
yeah.
where I'm just nothing. There's
Yeah.
just nothing going through my head. I just kind of feel there,
Yeah.
presence at that.
I mean, I've alluded to it. Have I mentioned I run a lot? But and I said it, and people tell me you're crazy. One, who's gonna go run for an hour? Period. Two, no headphones, nothing. What do you think about? What you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you just said is like, it's my me time.
Yep.
It is my, okay, these are the emotions I had today. These are the thoughts that
Mhm.
persisted through my head, and just one by one, letting them go, letting
Yeah.
them go.
Mhm.
And by the time, yeah, I ran for an hour, physically, this hurt, that hurt. But once you finish that, that runner's high gets
Yeah.
in, that
Yeah.
dopamine hits, and I've just gone through my thoughts, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing in my head by the end of that point,
Yep.
and it's just like, is
Exactly.
And Figure, you can chime in on this too, because like, yeah, my brain is an asshole sometimes. Okay, all the time, and it's like, yeah, I would just love even a minute
Yeah.
where he just shuts the fuck up.
Yep.
Because even in the most quietest time, even in the most everyone's asleep, I actually have some like time to myself. I can actually like whatever. This dude's just in there creating scenarios
Mhm.
stupid ass arguments that I'll never have,
Yep.
right?
Arguments that you had 10 years
100%.
ago.
Arguments that had 10 years ago that, like,
Yeah.
"Yes, I told him,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
creating, like, you know what, I'm going to solve world hunger today.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason. And like, I get that, man. Like, just wanting,
Yes.
but like, at the same time, like, you know, again, I'm not telling, you know, this, again, not coming from a personal experience, not from a medical
Yeah.
experience, but just saying, like, a lot of times for me, taking medication, it gave me that quiet, but it wasn't like a natural quiet.
Yeah.
I didn't give you that.
It didn't give me, there you go. It gave me quiet, but it did not give me peace.
Exactly.
You-
know what
that's
you
a
mean.
very good way to put it. So for me, like, you need that peace. You need
Mhm.
your, not just your mind, but your soul to just be like, I'm good. But when one's not working with the other, it's not working. So I totally
Yeah.
get that, dude.
This next verse, I think, describes everything we just said
Ooh,
perfectly.
okay.
Silence takes its stand, passiveness against demand.
Oh.
Damn.
In this world where noise prevails, silence, true freedom sells.
Yeah.
It's like freedom from all of that.
Yeah.
And man, I think maybe like I said, I haven't thought about this very deeply, but maybe that was kind of like what I was seeking with substance, like
Mm.
just peace, just, and it's temporary, yeah.
Manufactured.
It's manufactured, but it's silence, but there's still no peace.
Yeah.
And so this kind of brought up a lot of those things. First, you know, being a dad without their kids on Father's Day, but just wanting peace and silence just to stop
Yeah.
all of this, you know, internal stuff from
And I love it where it does say, you know, true silence, true
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Because exactly how you said, you know, through my worst that, you know, I was at home by myself in silence.
Mhm.
But there was no silence in me.
exactly.
There was no silence in me. Like that, there was no peace. There was no true silence. Like it took me a while to find that silence,
Yeah.
find that peace, to be able to enjoy the silence.
ADHD tangent. I just think of my brain like in that part of Independence Day. You remember that part where like the alien gets up from the thing and he like starts like in the operating room and he takes control over the doctor and the doctor's
Oh,
talking
yeah.
and it's like, no peace. And that's my brain.
That's kind of your
That's
brain.
my brain.
Other more different ADHD tangent about the when you accomplish something, or like, oh, you just finished a project that you've been working on for like weeks, there's that relief. But then I saw somebody say it wasn't like this is my goal, I'm gonna get to it, this is my goal, I have to get to it.
Yeah.
And then right after you finish that one, you feel no accomplishment because you were like, if I didn't hit that goal, then
Yep.
nothing would have come from it.
Oh, 100%. It's when and I feel it. This is basically, it describes my professional life, is that
Yeah.
when you do accomplish something, you finish something, you check it off, you do a good job. Or at least for me, in my experience with ADHD, I don't sense accomplishments. I sense relief.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't feel proud of myself. I feel like, oh, okay,
done.
that's done.
Yeah.
It's over. And it sucks because, like, you know how hard you worked for it.
Yeah.
You know how I busted my ass for this thing. I came up with some crazy shit. I put up and you know, I did a lot of work to accomplish it. It was a great accomplishment. But for us with ADHD, a lot of time, or bipolar or whatever, like
Mhm.
that voice in your brain says, okay, now what?
Yeah. 100%. That's what I was going to go into,
Exactly.
is like, you finish something and then your brain instantly thinks of 100 more things that you could finish the next.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, in my professional like aspect as well, like when I have these long-term projects, it's nothing but stress. Like there's so much to do for it, and then
Yeah.
and you finish one part but dread the next and finish another part.
Mhm.
Compared to these tiny projects where I finish it and
Mhm.
it's not relief. It is like
Yeah.
it is gratitude. And you know, I struggle with like having something big, a big assignment, a big project.
Yeah.
And I know people say, it's like, break it down to little pieces.
No.
The gratitude, like, after, I was like, I struggle with that. I know what you mean. It's like,
Yeah.
I finish one part that just leads to the next part, and each part that I finish, the anxiety just builds up, because I was like, and I'm running out of time, and I'm only done this, and now I need still to do this.
But it's hard too, because I mean, figure it out. You talked about it. Like our brains just work so fucking different, because like something as simple as baking a cake, right? The box has the steps right in front of you, right? But for whatever reason, our brain, there's only one step. Make the fucking
Make
cake.
the goddamn cake.
Make the goddamn cake, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know how to, but then we get okay, let's chop this up into pieces. We have to put literally every single step in there.
Yeah.
Take the box out of the pantry, place the box on the countertop, walk to the fridge, get an egg, close the fridge, walk back to the.
You see the kitchen, there's just like 100 million ingredients all over the place.
Exactly. Because our brains just cannot compute 4 steps to make a cake.
Yeah.
Like, no, the fuck isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot more steps. to make a cake.
I don't get that necessarily. I'll be in the middle of like step 3, I'm like, the fuck was I doing? And, like, I have to start all over again. So it's different. I get
Where
that.
the fuck did I put the egg?
You could ask
an egg here once.
you could ask Mayhem what happens whenever I cook dinner. Like, I kind of like, all right, guys, stop looking at me. It's gonna get really messy. I'm just all over the kitchen. There's ingredients and food everywhere. But then eventually I finish, and then
There's spaghetti sauce on the ceiling.
What did it get done?
We're not gonna bring up old shit.
This episode is called ADHD Tangents.
Anyways, so Night in Athens, 60,000 monthly listeners. I apologize ahead of time for not featuring you. I had a good reason, which just didn't work out. So she began writing and producing to exercise her own demons during lockdown. In East London, she debuted her EP Metropolis back in 2021, and has self-released her albums after that. She's been touring Europe, kind of growing that fan base organically, like all the greats did, just touring. When I wanted to feature her the first time, I believe she had about 30 to 40,000 monthly listeners, but again, I waited too long.
I'll give it to you, because I've seen some of these bands I featured early on in our episodes.
Yeah.
Not double, like triple
Oh,
monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember Bleach had like 600 monthly listeners?
Yeah.
2 weeks later, 8,000.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, like, I'm glad I caught them then. I made the mistake.
We were talking about one of the bands that I featured early on, Matsagram. Shout out, brand new album, Matsagram. He will be in our town soon.
That's
so I'm gonna
right.
be seeing him.
That's right.
When I featured him, he applied all these rules. I saw his profile, 150,000
Yeah.
monthly listeners.
For those of you, we practiced quite a bit before I actually started.
Yeah.
I featured a band called Foxing.
Oh
They had
Yeah.
like 30 or 40,000. Now they're at like 500,000.
They're
Yeah.
crazy
6 months
big
later.
now.
Insane.
Yeah.
Those guys are really good, by the way. Check them
Yeah.
out.
Same thing in our practice. We have unaired practices, which we're not going to air for a reason.
Pretty bad.
But we practice. We all pick bands and everything like that. And I picked a band called Accused
Yeah.
with a V. When I featured them, they had what, 15, 20? Now they have almost 100.
Yeah.
Actually, our friends Erelize did a show with Accused.
Mm.
They're in Italy.
Nice.
That's another. Stay tuned for that conversation.
Sorry, another that was another tangent.
All right.
All right.
We need to have a tangent counter, don't we?
I have
So
one
there's-
too. I wanted to. In our practice, I featured Sprints, the band.
Oh, yeah.
That they had like 5 or 6K when we talked about them way before. Now they have like 150.
Maybe we should put it together a show, just like of just bands that we wanted to, but
Yeah.
now we can't because they got too high.
That's true.
Because Foxing is a perfect
Foxing's
example.
good.
Yeah.
Accused is really good.
Instagram.
Instagram's really good.
Great example.
Even
I'll
these
be at
guys
Instagram
aren't
too.
that well known. Like compared to like the big 10 million, 5 million, those big artists, like
Yeah.
these guys are still relatively small, but they're amazing.
That just means that we have really good taste in music.
Absolutely. Anyways, Night in Athens, go check out her stuff. She's got some really, really great stuff.
Yeah.
She sounds like she'll ruin your life.
Um,
The goth girl.
the good way, right? Yes, of course.
You enjoy it. You enjoy it.
Anyways, I think, do we still have music? Oh, it's your
Yes,
turn.
yes.
Oh.
We still have the best band to go.
It's gonna be our longest.
I don't know
episode
if that
ever.
was a sneak diss or something.
What's that?
I don't know if that was like a sneak diss or like, do we still have music going on?
Oh,
It was a little bit.
It's okay. He's about to hear the best band.
oh.
No disrespect. You guys brought good bands. But yes, it's my turn. I went the other side of the world to find my band.
Okay.
Well, not literally. I wish.
I was about to say, you went to India?
No, I picked a band from the UK.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, their
Okay.
name is Beach Riot.
Beach
Okay.
Riot.
Beach
I
Riot.
already like them.
Yes, it's a 4-piece band from Brighton.
Brighton.
Brighton and Hove?
Brighton.
Put that
Brighton,
down.
UK. It's
Is
a
it?
coastal city
Yeah,
south of
Brighton.
London.
You have
Isn't
Hastings. You have...
Idols from Brighton.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to visualize the map here, guys. This is what I'm doing.
No, but it's a coastal city about south of London. But yeah, it's a 4-piece band. About 36,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. It's Rory O'Connor, Jim Faulkner, Johnny Ross, and a girl, one of their vocalists and guitarist. I wanted to go Cami Minty, but then I found out she's Argentinian.
Oh,
So Cami probably.
got me.
Okay.
Cami Minty.
Yeah.
So but yeah, she's their vocalist along with Rory. They share vocals. To describe them, it kind of felt shoegazy to me, but I guess there's a word for it. Another way to describe it in the UK, they describe themselves as a fuzzy pop
Fuzzy pop.
rock.
Like Sprite, Fanta.
So fuzz,
Fuzzy pop. Okay.
the fuzz
Candies.
apparently goes for that distorted kind of wobbly
Okay.
sound. Think I want to say think maybe Little Strokes. Think Jimi Hendrix. You know how Jimi
Okay.
Hendrix had that kind of distorted guitar
Okay.
type music. That's what fuzz
Okay.
rock is. That's
Okay.
the movement out there in the UK, fuzz rock.
Fuzz rock.
But I
Okay.
think a lot of psychedelic bands too.
Yeah.
They got that kind of distorted. That
Okay.
kind of. But that being said, this first song that I want to play is their newest single. Came out last year. It's called Meltdown.
Yeah.
Let's play the song and then we'll go through the lyrics. So figure let's start about 15 seconds in.
I can see the fuzzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely sounds British. Like that bass on the effects. man.
Yeah.
I like that. Really good.
I like it. Yeah.
So I want to go a little bit through the lyrics. I've never been more awake. Don't you see yourself? I stay up. Have another meltdown.
Mm.
Telling you I won't wait. Don't you kid yourself. I stay up and have another meltdown. It's like a heart attack. Shot down and taken out. What do you think about? So
The lyrics do not match the music.
No.
No, it does not at all. But you know, I was there, trying to be energetic, trying to stay up, trying to be awake.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it, hiding it, showing this face, this mask to the world. I'm not depressed. I'm just okay.
I'm doing A-okay.
I'm doing
Yeah.
A-okay. Until you have your meltdown.
Yeah.
Until it's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, we just talked about it in you guys' other bands, trying to repress it, trying to. It just. There's no good coming from.
No.
There's no good. It just. It's gonna hit harder. It's gonna get worse and worse, and when you finally break, it's
Yeah.
it's gonna feel like a heart attack. It's gonna be a panic attack. It's gonna be.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
I totally feel it. I mean, I talked about, last year going through my burnout session. Yeah, you're just like, no, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. No, I'm okay. You know what? No, things are getting a little hard. Oh, things are a little busy. Things are okay. The excuses you make to yourself
Yes.
until, yeah, meltdown. That's the perfect
Yeah.
way to describe it. It's just, it came immobile, literally, and you had to deal with it.
You got to deal with it, and I'm glad. I had families. I had loved ones who helped me deal with it and helped me get that. But especially this song hit me. It goes through the chorus and it gives other examples and it just ends it with, and I had another meltdown.
Yeah.
And it goes
Yeah.
through another verse and I had another meltdown. And it goes through another verse and I had
Yeah,
another.
another meltdown.
Yeah.
It can become a very, very vicious cycle
Yep.
of you having a meltdown, feeling better, going back, of repressing everything, of okay, I had that panic attack. I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good now. I think I'm good now. And just a few weeks, a few months, sometime down the line, you're back at square one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you talked about a few weeks ago about how like things like depression and addiction aren't like the flu.
They're not. Yeah.
Like, you don't put a band-aid, you don't take some medicine and cured. These are lifelong issues. And so if you don't deal with it the first time,
It's just, it becomes a vicious cycle. It repeats and
Mhm.
repeats. So I did it was one of the reasons I liked the song. Like, it didn't repeat the verses too much, but it just, to my life, I was like, I mean, it just portrays the cycle,
Mm-hmm.
Every time it's a different scenario, but it leads to the same thing.
exactly.
Having another meltdown, having another,
Yeah.
hitting bottom again. And so,
100%.
yes, like you said, figured did not match. Did not match, but they do have such a, I don't know, I didn't know there was such thing as fuzz rock, but
Yeah.
it has its own little unique style with that, like I said, I want to say shoegazy just because that distort, that
Heavy
but-
shoes.
heavy shoegaze. They're a little punk.
Little punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little punk.
I kind of get the fuzz parts, but the
And they describe themselves as like a heavy
Mm.
pop band.
okay.
Maybe in the next song.
Let's go through the next song. Actually, yes,
Yeah.
the next song's called "Modern Dinosaur."
That already sounds like a pop song.
Figure's like, okay, keep it moving.
Oh my bad.
Very subtle
Very
figure.
subtle. No, let's go ahead and I did not put a time. Let's start it from the beginning. I
Alright.
think it has a little bit of a long intro though.
This is definitely like pop punk.
Isn't it?
Yeah, this one's definitely more poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely more pop punk.
Yeah. They kind of, okay, not a direct, but they kind of remind me like Group Love, how they have like the
Yeah.
back and forth
Yeah.
with like, you know, the singers, they kind of go back and forth with each other. Like they sound kind of silly, but like,
yeah.
but kind of the same thing with Group Love. Like you kind of listen to the lyrics, you're kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Actually about stuff.
I was kind of thinking the same era, like Metric, kind of, but not the music, but
Yeah.
kind of like the dynamic that the two
yeah,
singers have,
Yeah.
and Churches a little bit kind of have that same dynamic.
I jumped a bit.
Still,
This one, need it, you want it, don't get it, take it. Seems so clear, but you can't ever taste it. Need it, you want it, don't get it, take it. Seems so clear, but you can't ever taste it. I don't want to fight. I don't have a bite. I ain't got no bite. Modern dinosaur hanging out for more. Living fossilized, seeing eye to eye.
Oof.
Yes. So I don't know. For me, it kind of talked about not taking action. Kind of
Mm.
like the living fossilized, living like
waiting for it to happen.
yes.
Yeah.
We just talked about, you know, those not having peace in the quiet. It was so easy for me to just drown in my couch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like just feel like my couch was swallowing me. That not having the energy to,
Yeah.
you know, had family members that were neighbors, not having the energy, the capacity to walk out the door and go next door. But but you like being able to take an action, being able to
Anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just not having the will to do it.
Yeah. it was-
I like that part in Kill Bill, which is like, oof, oh,
Yes.
oof,
I had family members living right next door, and I would just look at the door, and their door is literally like 10 feet of that door. I'm like, do I really though? Like you don't want to be lonely, but you're like lonely because you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like just not having the drive, not having the emotional and mental bandwidth, like just drowning in your own sorrows.
Yeah.
Really. And but yeah, it just not taking action, not doing anything about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't take it, it's just
Oh.
dreading something before you're even
Yeah.
doing it.
Well, I mean, that's mentality behind a lot of, where people get started in depression and substance abuse and a lot of these things, because it's like, okay, I think I know I need to change. Even as simple as like, I need to get up early,
Yeah.
and you're just still there on the couch.
Yeah.
And that's like the same, like, not being able to make that change, not because you don't want to, but like you said, like you're just
It's just yeah. No, honestly, it's just and we have this portrayal in our society and media what depression looks like.
Mhm.
Being sad and being, unbearable and nothing makes you happy. And yes, depression is that, but depression is so much more than that.
Yeah.
I had a very happy face on.
Mm.
I joked around with my friends.
Mm.
But I was just seeing less these people, less
Yeah.
of these people, and drowning in my quiet
Yeah.
Mhm.
inner conflict, really.
Yeah.
And people don't really not having the energy to go outside and walk
Yeah.
30 steps.
Yeah.
And when I was forced to do it and I felt like to do it, maybe it didn't seem like I was depressed, but really like all these symptoms that people don't talk about, and you
Mhm.
just think, what's
Yeah.
wrong with me? Why is this going on?
Yeah.
And not realizing, I was like, oh, that's depression.
Yes. Well, like, remember when Robin Williams died? Remember, and a
Mhm.
lot of people started talking about, oh, he was so happy, he was so upbeat. You know, he
was,
was
yeah.
just on a talk show, and he was like,
Mhm.
and there was a quote. I don't know if he said it, but there's always a quote floating around. It's like people don't fake being depressed; people fake being happy,
Yeah.
Yes.
and it's true, man.
Yeah.
It's true.
A lot of
Yes.
comedians talk about how their comedy is based on depression. Like they're very depressed and they try to make other people happy to make
Yeah.
themselves happy. It's like this vicious cycle because you're just kind of not happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen those things, like people with the biggest smiles usually have the biggest frowns, or something like that.
Mhm.
Like it's
Saw a documentary, and I believe like it was Chris Farley too.
yeah,
You know,
dude.
this big personality, center of attention, always on the move,
Yeah.
and like to know the demons really he was dealing
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, dude. Heavy, man.
It is. It is.
And it kind of goes into that dynamic though, like the nature of the song. It's upbeat and it's happy. It's all here and you're bopping your head. But then like that perfectly describes like, yeah, on the outside, everything looks fine. Everything looks great. Everything looks fun. Oh, okay, cool. It sounds so cool.
Read the lines. Read between the lines. Read the lyrics, and
Yeah,
it's a call. Like why can't I take the action?
exactly.
That was pretty it's
Wow.
pretty heavy. Yeah.
That was
We
heavy.
got in our field this week, man.
Yes,
we got,
yes.
we got deep in our field.
Brought the heat this week.
Yeah.
How about we move on to something
Hey, but you know, you can find these artists on the episode playlist. So probably tomorrow or sometime early this week,
Yeah.
we'll post this episode on rockmental.com. The playlist and the artists will be there. You can find all their links, the links to web pages, their band camps, as well as the episode playlist. So you can save those on your Spotify and make sure you go and support and give those artists a follow. So please let us know in the comments. Which artist did you give a follow? Which artist ended up in your playlist? And we'd love to hear from you guys and let us know, you know, which band you enjoyed.
Heavy themes, but
Yeah.
still very good music.
Yep.
Very good.
And
music.
very deserving bands.
Absolutely.
All
All
right.
right, what do we got next?
Oh, I gotta give my band. I'm going with Night in Athens this week.
Oh,
He's
very good band.
Yep.
I can say he's
concert-
biased.
The concert yesterday.
Friday, yeah.
Oh, Friday. Yeah. The concert Friday gave me a newfound love for dark wave
He
music.
didn't find love with a goth girl, but
He's like,
he found love
He
with
might be
some
bi-
post-punk.
he might be biased because he found love in God.
Ooh.
I did give him a warning beforehand.
It's life. You got to experience it.
Exactly.
You got to experience it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream. Don't forget to follow and share. We appreciate all the love and support that you guys give us. We're doing this for you guys. Make
Yeah.
sure you keep watching, and yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, once again, if you want to look very awesome and hip and cool, just like these two guys over here, go to Sonder Mountain Apparel. Check out some of their stuff. They're really good.
Absolutely. We might have some
New stuff.
Yes,
coming up,
sir.
man. Stay tuned. Stay
That sunlight's
tuned.
pretty awesome.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
I already got the look from Miss Mayhem. Like, not that many zeros, please.
would you say things are heating up?
Oh,
What?
Maybe.
Ooh, we got Honey and Verosa on the
Ooh,
line.
What do you produce?
What up, dudes? Cool. You guys remember Honey
Nice.
Brosa? You can check out last
Oh,
week's
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
You guys kick some ass.
yeah. They had you guys had a concert yesterday too. You played a show, I believe.
I believe so.
I believe so.
I was still recovering from a dark wave of emotion.
Dude, I was still recovering from that Lockjaw concert
Yeah.
and Honey and Barossa concert.
Speaking of recent concerts, we've been on the move.
We have
Yeah.
been on the
we've
move.
We've been going.
Right, so you had the Lockjaw concert.
So Figure and I went to Lockjaw, and that's where we had the honor of listening to Honey and Barossa. But there was some other awesome bands
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Balances. These dudes were really good. They had like a Deftones kind of feel.
Okay.
Really good. All the guys are up there. The lead singer, I did not get his name, but he got the whole chino look.
Okay.
The
Okay.
button up and everything.
Button up, some
Button up,
dickies.
really
Yep.
good stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
There was another band called Glorious,
Okay.
which I believe they're all either they're going on tour or about to go on tour. Also another really good band.
Mhm.
They're just shredding on that. I joked with Figure that their drummer looks like that bad guy from which movie was it?
Did you say Mad Men or Mad Max or something?
Max, one of those like the crazy. I don't know. He's really tall. He had that look on him like he could play a villain on movies. But that's what makes you a badass drummer, you know. So we had those guys, and and then Lockjaw ended up that night, man. Jeez, like they were really good, really good band. I believe there was another band, but I cannot. What did Honey Rosa say?
Honey Avarosa says, "What up, dope songs this stream? You guys should check out Bloom Wave, amazing EP. They're local too."
Blue Wave. You know what, guys?
I think that's the concert there. Right? There was like a bunch of local bands.
Yeah.
Blue Wave was one of them. I think Glorious was on there.
Yeah.
I had a family commitment, so I wasn't able to go, but I do want to go to some more local.
I think we're gonna have to. I mean,
speaking of concerts, I mean, we're talking about the ones we went, but there's some coming up even here local. I know, I believe is not next weekend, in 2 weekends at one of our local,
That's right.
one of our local venues out here. I have a band that I featured here, another local band,
That's right.
Scenic Screw Ups. But it is a jam-packed show. There's like about 6-7 bands playing.
Dude, we got a lot of good bands coming through this area.
Well, that show is actually very important because it's a benefit show for NAMI, the local chapter of NAMI, the National Association of Mental Illness, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mentally ill.
For the mentally ill. So very important. So if you are in that area, the Lowbrow Palace, please go check them out. Benefits will go towards helping people with mental health issues.
Yeah, here we go. The other bands that played was
Ascensionism.
Ascensionism. Oh, dude.
They were really good.
Okay. Ascensionism could totally open for Kamikaze Zombie.
Really?
Dude, this dude was like, you just look at him, you're like, okay, this is gonna be a good show. Ascensionism was crazy. Those dudes were really good. Dark metal, black metal, type of stuff. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think we're gonna to show our buddy Clint.
Yeah,
these guys
send him a
link. Send some link. Right up that alley. I think I told you, figure right.
Yeah,
like those dudes could totally open for
100%
for Kamikaze.
So Figure was a little interested in the dark arts. And so I took him to the Twin Tribes concert on Friday. If you guys haven't heard of Twin Tribes, they're this post-punk band that does, they got this dark wave sound that's just really, really good. So these guys are from the Texas Rio Grande Valley, like the McAllen area, kind of similar to where we're at now.
Yeah.
And they just add something to the dark wave. I mean, they still got the blouses on, still got the tight jeans on, but they got the boots and the bolo tie. And man, those guys are so good. Their song Monolith live was one of the best I've ever heard.
Very good.
Every concert I've been to live, man.
Yeah.
And their music, the production, tight. Those guys, the bassist, I don't know if it's Joel or Luis, he's like romancing it while he's sneering at like sneering at the audience, and he's just like, it's okay. It's okay. They're looking at me, okay?
As one does with your bass.
Exactly.
Am I right, Big Mac?
But these guys each had a keyboard, each had a soundboard.
Oh shit!
Each had an instrument, one with a guitar, one bass, and both of them were singing. One lead sing, one backup.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I'm not artists, man. Like musicians, musicians of musicians. Like these guys are great.
Wow.
Another band, Traders.
Yeah.
They're from Toronto.
Oh,
the two
very good band.
Sean Patrick Nolan and Sean Tucker. These guys lean, in my opinion, more industrial. And the guy is like screaming, but like with some motion that's like almost heartbreaking. It just so good. We had Forever Gray. There's a duo, Kevin and Anna. They're from Michigan by way of Los Angeles. They got this kind of post-punk dark wave vibe. It's really good. A lot less intense, but just as good. I really enjoyed them. And then Soft Bane was the opener. From the LA area as well, but just, man, really, really great stuff.
All right, I gotta say something. Big Mac said, hopefully we can get a show booked out y'all's way soon, and 100% correct too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, about the bass, about making love to your bass.
Yeah, make love to your bass. Sneer at the crowd. The junior got protect
You,
that.
you love your bass, it'll love you right back.
He had like one of those long neck basses. Like he was playing way out here, and he was just dancing with it. And I was like, man, this guy loves his bass.
Interesting.
He's a
And the
lover.
bass-
He's a lover.
He
He's a
is.
lover, that's
He was
right.
romancing it. And, anyway, so yeah, those were the bands that we saw. It was a great concert. We stood out a little bit.
Yeah, I was not wearing enough makeup or piercings.
The least I could have done was paint the old nails.
Oh.
I could have a little Groompy,
Yeah.
a little shade on there. I mean, I don't own a blouse, but
I
you know
was
what? When we left the night, my heart was wearing a blouse.
yes.
And had its fingernails painted.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, really just great music. Also, I can't say enough about the crowd.
Crazy. They were awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just so much energy from goth people.
My
It was just
ears
really great.
were ringing after them screaming when
The
they heard
music-
the songs.
The music was so loud that my vision was getting like blurry. It was
Good
that
concert.
loud.
Interesting.
My watch has like, it's a too loud dummy, good away. It only has done that like 3 times in the
dang.
past. The entire time. By the end of that, I was like, I give up. Like, you're going deaf.
Is your watch going, are you okay?
But dude, it was so good.
That's
I
awesome.
really had a great time figuring it out. He was wearing his like skater punk outfit.
Yeah, I had blue jeans and like a maroon and black sweater on, and I was still wearing the lightest clothes.
Stay there.
Yeah.
Go very relaxed.
Everything was black, purple. There was some like accents of white and stuff, but it was crazy.
I had my I had like Deftones with some torn up jeans.
You didn't know there was so many shades of black, did you?
Yeah.
We walked in and we looked around, and then there was a bunch of maked up faces looking at us like,
Yeah. Like, what are you guys doing here?
Poser.
But I
Great,
also
great.
didn't want to show up in all black and then look even more like a poser. So
True.
we were
True.
true to ourselves.
There you
but
go. There you go. You
Different
got to.
kind.
Yeah, just be you. Just be you, man.
You know, a few weeks back,
That's
I
right.
went to
Oh,
hear
that's great.
the Fall of Troy, one of my favorite bands from my teenage years, and like you guys, you know, they're celebrating their 20th year. One of the most famous albums, Doppelganger, and I mean 20 years. You know, so
I think it's a long time.
20 is a long time.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the crowd was most definitely not a younger crowd. So it was good to see all the old emo and kind of like hardcore kids coming to
Yep.
listen to a
Yep.
band they love. And you know, some of us were dressed for the occasion. I had my Deftones shirt, I had my ripped up jeans.
Yeah.
But some of us came straight from work. 'Cause it was a Tuesday show.
Oh yeah.
And so you saw some people in their
Suits.
in their suits, yeah, in their work clothes, you know, in their button ups and their slacks,
Mhm.
but they still came to rock, man.
That's
It was awesome. One of my favorite artists, Thomas Erak. He
Mhm.
is the lead singer. Thomas Erak, yeah, lead singer and guitarist for the Fall of Troy. Someone can make a guitar whistle. It is this
It is
guy.
this guy.
Interesting.
This guy, you know, and he is the lead singer too. To see him, and if you've ever heard of the Fall of Troy, you know the timing is all over the place. You know, they'll change it up, and the guitar will go from being shredded crazy to a really nice riff. To he is doing this live while singing,
Yeah.
and just to see the master artistry of this guy, just be really into his singing and just see his hand go all over the guitar, and it's amazing.
yeah.
It's amazing. There was definitely an attempt to mosh. No, there was a mosh. It was a good mosh, but like I said, most of us were probably in our 30s,
Yeah.
or older.
Yeah.
So the mosh did not last the whole concert.
Did they have to announce a mandatory? Okay, everyone, take a 5-minute break. For vitals.
He didn't, but he did put some slower songs in between. And I think that was purposely done.
So you
This
take
this guy knows his crowd.
No,
he
he
knows his crowd. He knows his crowd. He knows he's like, I'm gonna put a slower song right here.
Yeah.
Give you guys a break.
We didn't have a mosh pit. We did have a lady drink too much and pass out. That was
Oh, okay.
there was like the swaying of
there was a lot
know,
of swaying,
yeah.
a lot of jumping.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, both these concerts were at our local establishment,
Lowbrow, yeah.
Lowbrow House. We figured actually back in October. Speaking of old people, we went to go check out Soul Asylum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lowbrow. Okay, let's just put it this way, guys. I was one of the youngest people there.
I don't
Okay.
I remember
Figured, did you
remember
feel?
obviously they had the big song, but
It was the crowd was so old they weren't IDing at the door, and the guy had to ask somebody to find him a Sharpie so they could put the X's on my hands.
Yeah, it was funny. What did everyone else say?
Honey Rosa, do you think push moshing is more dangerous than the current trend of what's H&C? The
like they kind of
Like hammer,
just
that
kind of
kinda-
swing.
the one with the where you get
Yeah.
your legs out and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Well,
So
yeah,
Push moshing is
mosh-
way less dangerous, I would say.
I would say you have to know what you're getting yourself into. I think there's a place for each.
yeah,
The mosh pit we're talking about is like the push moshing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
mostly people don't want to get hurt, but then you do have like that kind of extreme hardcore stuff.
Oh,
where you
hardcore.
get- yeah,
Hardcore, yeah.
Hardcore.
you get that
Yeah.
extreme hardcore. You're just swinging stuff. I will say, I got in an Avenged Sevenfold concert. Actually, those young kids who don't know. There was a guy trying to do the hardcore stuff, and he lost a few teeth because people just were not receptive of that.
Yeah.
So,
They fall. Yeah.
in my opinion, it's a consent thing, I guess. Maybe like people have to be willing to have that kind of
Yeah.
action. But for the most part, I think push moshing is
in
fine.
my experience, I've mainly the hardcore moshing. I've experienced it more in outdoor venues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Where they're
Uh,
able to like spread out more. And be
Yeah, a
like-
little bit spread out more. And I've always seen them as their independent mosh. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll have them push mosh, and you'll have this
Yeah.
Yeah.
more hardcore mosh.
Well, and it's also like you see like a lot of those hardcore moshes, like you see like the pit open up a little wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
okay, these guys want to go
People are
crazy.
People aren't
Yeah.
like throwing haymakers at each other. They're really just like throwing their arms around.
Yeah, they're
and-
throwing their
Yeah,
arms. I mean,
100%.
it's just, but I guess the knowledge, the not like you said, the consent, it's known. I'm like, if you're gonna be close, yeah, these haymakers are being thrown to the air, but
yeah.
they can land anywhere.
Well, if you decide to go in that pit, you kind
Yeah.
of know what you're
you
getting.
kind of
Yeah.
know what you're getting into.
Okay.
I think you see it more with like the hardcore, like Turnstile when they were
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
10
yeah.
years
Yeah.
ago, 20 years, like 10, 15 years ago, people were like doing that, jumping up on the stage. Like there's that, which
Yeah.
is, kind of an extreme form of moshing, which if you're going to the show, you kind of expect that.
Yeah.
True.
But if you're going to just like an Avenged Sevenfold concert, I mean, they're a little
Deftones,
older
too.
now. Deftones concert as well.
Well, yeah.
You don't really get that as
Well,
much.
like
I
you
don't
get
think.
those huge festivals, and like the Wall of Death.
Yeah.
Like, you see two guys
Crashing into
Yeah,
each
yeah.
and
other.
they just
crashing.
crash together. You can't exactly like.
Yeah.
y-
Well,
you're not seeing people like launching and like freaking
Yeah.
like, in the
That's
air. And
the
things.
Idols thing too. Like at the beginning of the show, like, all right, this side of the room go
This
that
side,
way,
this
this side of the room
side.
go away. And he's like,
Damn, go.
collide, and then they
Yeah.
just start playing, and they're not like throwing punches or anything. They're just push mushing.
Yeah, they're just bumping
Push-
into each other.
I want to say more the hardcore stuff. I don't know, Honey and Verosa, you said maybe it's more of a current trend, but I remember seeing it from
Oh yeah, that's been around.
from my Warped Tour days, and
Yeah.
I think I told you guys one of my first introductions to a mosh was Pennywise,
Yeah.
the good old punk band,
Uh-huh.
and they were on main stage, so they had a humongous crowd. Man, his command of the crowd, he stopped one of the songs like, you know what, mother effers. He's like, right there, right in the middle, start the circle,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
start
Oh,
the
yeah.
circle, and before you know it, it was most of the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was most of the crowd, and it was a good blend of push, but like once you got more near the center, it was hardcore,
Yeah.
man. Those legs and those arms were flying everywhere,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and
My-
it was beautiful.
My first mosh pit experience, I wasn't in the mosh pit per se, but my first experience was Die Spits.
Oh yeah.
When the bassist. Okay, first off, when she's on the stage, she looks fucking insane, like emotionless, and then she stared into the crowd, spun her finger, and
Just
a
like-
mosh pit just appeared. It was like right in front of
me.
me, and then it was more like people started like circling. They started pushing each other and made a circle, and then it eventually turned into the mosh pit. And then Honey of Rosa says, "I guess I meant more of the current supply for noticeable impression of people getting heat for doing push moshing. It seems like a divided world. To be a divided world.
Huh.
Mosh pit is always has this like bad rap of being super like dangerous or physical or chaotic or
Yeah.
something like that. But until you like experience it for yourself, you're like this. You're like, and then once you actually go in, you're like, oh, this is really not that bad.
There's always gonna be those people there though that just
Yeah.
are being stupid, but there's usually grown-ups there. I'm not saying like grown-ups my age, but like people who are actually like paying attention.
Yeah.
And like if
Vigilant.
people are being stupid, they'll just get a, you know, they'll knock some of his tooth out or like just
Yeah.
grab them and kick them out.
Yeah, they'll grab him and push him.
Yeah.
You know what? At the Fall of Troy, you know, it was more of a push mosh.
Yeah.
I was at the edge. I was on the wall, so I was just, you know, working my way out, just pushing back in. But you know, men, women were in the push mosh, being respectful. Everyone was raging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one a-hole.
Yeah.
One
You could
a-hole who
definitely
was,
tell.
you know, on the heftier side, and he was putting a lot of body weight. He did it to me, and I you know, I got pushed back. He was doing it to a lot of people, and you know, that's where the bad rep will always get
Yeah.
thrown. You know,
Yeah.
there's
or
one.
two.
There's always one person to give it a bad rep.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's always a grown up. There's always,
Yeah.
you know, the mosh has its own laws. Yeah.
Well, and like not necessarily kick him out, but like say, hey, take it easy.
Oh, no,
Like,
no.
Yeah.
You're getting a little carried away.
He got decked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
there was a guy who looked like a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
and you know, we started noticing this guy was putting a lot of his body weight into the smaller people, into the women,
Yeah.
and once he came his way, you know, he lowered his shoulder, ankles, you know, went straight to the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
And guy took it like a champ, got up and respected the law of the mosh.
Yeah.
Respected the law of the mosh.
It's a self-governing
Yeah.
self-organization, self-governing body.
Sometimes you could get carried away in a mosh pit. You kind of throw yourself around too much, and then the fact that he was able to take it so like, oh yeah, I might have been doing too much is like that's the kind of thing that happens in a mosh pit. Like you get checked and you're like, oh, I was definitely going a little over.
I got
the
carried
top.
away.
You know, and then to be fair, he lost his watch, and cell phones turned on, and the mosh helped him find it.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
he's the one who was taking it too far. He got checked,
Yeah.
and still the mosh.
Yeah.
Just use to mosh a little more regularly.
You do have to learn
You
the
know, again,
laws of
older crowd.
mosh.
I mean,
True.
not. I don't want to call myself older, but
Bro.
definitely.
We're older.
Yeah, we're a little older, but definitely maybe not inexperienced, but very out of a experienced mosher.
Not to say I'm getting a little older, but I like the mesh hats because it cools my in the back a little bit.
I was gonna say if you don't have to take Metamucil,
Yeah. Anyway, we're right along. So scenic scrubs are coming along.
Scenic groups are coming along. Follow Troy. That was a good concert.
and well, we're gonna be going on a little road trip, aren't we?
Yes.
Figured. So I'm wearing my Metallica shirt, brand new Metallica shirt.
Oh, I see that.
I can't go to a store without get the band shirt.
Yeah.
Or we made the mistake of going to a mall and
Ooh.
there was, you know,
Mhm.
Spencer's and all you know,
Yeah.
establishments.
Mm-hmm.
And
Topic.
I mean, it's right there.
Spencer's.
What am I gonna do?
The shirt's not gonna buy
It's
itself.
not gonna buy itself.
I
you
just got a
know?
Mac Miller shirt at Spencer's.
Yeah, why not? Right? So I know I was thinking Mini Metalhead. And I was just kind of like the whole time.
Don't
like,
look at the
just
back
look
of
at
the
this-
store.
Don't look at that shirt. But I had to get this particular shirt, my Metallica shirt, very nice, because Figured and I are gonna be heading to Denver.
That's right.
Yeah.
To go see Metallica 2-day show
Okay.
up there in the Mile High Stadium. Well, I don't think it's called Mile High, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go and go see Metallica on their 72 Seasons tour. We're so stoked.
Yes.
So if you happen to also find yourself in Denver on that weekend, I believe it's June 27th to 29th, come
look
say
for the
what's
Rock-
up.
Just look for the RockMental logo.
Look for RockMental logo. We'll be wearing our gear. Come say what's up. We'll take a picture or two, whatever.
Yeah.
and we'll go jam. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sneak our way to the snake pit. We'll see. We'll see how that works.
See how that goes.
Well, they have some giveaways. Okay,
Okay.
they give away some stuff. So I'm gonna
Nice.
answer like 14 emails,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can get down there. But yeah, Figure Night will be out in Denver a few
Yeah.
weeks from now to go see Metallica.
Okay.
And then
we-
later this summer too. We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Violent Vera.
Violent Vera,
Violent
that's
Vera
right.
will be- yeah.
Right.
We-
Coming down.
I really wanted to cover her when we first started. She already had like 500,000 at that point.
Yeah.
She's got way more.
Yeah,
But she's pretty good.
really
Yep,
good.
Very
Really
good.
good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see, we got Deftones and Idols, right? Deftones on tour right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
playing with Idols after a while, right?
okay, so it's crazy because like in Denver, I think it's like the 15th and 16th. On the 15th, it's Deftones with Idols,
Yeah.
and then immediately the next day on the 16th, it's Chevelle with Asking Alexandra
Ooh.
and someone else. Was
Is
it
this
Poppy?
in
No,
August or September?
September in
Ooh.
Denver.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna quit my job.
I know in September we have my boy Kuko coming into
Oh,
town.
Kuko's coming to town.
And another
Yeah,
band
yeah.
that I
Get the flannel.
I get the flannel, get the
I love
Choline,
Kuko.
yeah.
but also one of my favorite bands these past few years, Banda Los Chinos,
Oh,
Nice.
will also
That's
be
right.
here locally.
Dude, we got some good
Yeah,
shows
yeah,
coming up. And I know Honey and Barossa used to mention a bunch of local EP bands are going to
Yeah.
be playing around, so we got to go hit them up. And so,
absolutely.
I mean, you can't tell we're fans. We're big fans, and it doesn't matter where you are in the country or in the world.
Mhm.
Go support these bands, man. Go out to concerts, buy their merch,
Yeah.
show up. That's
As much
all.
as Go
right?
for it. Yeah, as much as you like the bands love their fans.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we're blessed to have two of these bands joining us on the stream right now.
Yeah.
And they could probably tell you, hell yeah, they love all the interaction with the band fans. So please, if you got a show coming up in your local establishment, bar, theater, amphitheater, arena, wherever, go out and support these bands, man.
Yeah,
They deserve it. They deserve a listen. They work their asses off. And so to bring you guys the music, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Big Mac brought up a good point. He said, maybe if they happen to come out to this side of the world from us, this side of Texas, maybe, it'd be awesome.
What's that?
It'd be so cool if we put together a RockMental Fest.
Dude.
We'll call it Glen Fest.
Yeah.
Glen Fest. If you guys don't know this dude, our RockMental logo, his name's Glenn.
Glenn Havoc.
Glenn Havoc. So, but you imagine like a RockMental festival where we just bring in
3-day festival.
a 3-day festival. We bring in all our RockMental artists, all our RockMental bands that we featured, and just have a big old festival.
That'd be so
man.
sick.
That'd be so cool, right?
We're like,
We've done enough of these episodes. We have a good.
yeah.
We have a good amount of
repertoire,
bands.
man.
Yeah, good
Okay,
amount.
let's just say, okay, imagine with me. Imagine a 3-day festival.
Okay.
Okay. Day one. Let's start off big. Let's start with our progressive emo indie artists.
Got
Who
it
do you
covered.
think?
Got it covered.
Who would be the lineup?
Honey Barossa says do it at Wet and Wild.
Yes,
Bro,
Honey
okay.
Rosa. I love the idea. Yes.
Bro, we both got sick.
Oh my God. Hooba stank.
That
Stank.
was the worst bacterial infection I've ever had in my life. And Wet and Wild.
Oh, the lazy river at Wet and Wild.
Crazy.
Oh.
Just don't dunk your head down there. Anyway,
So we're doing what?
okay, day one, progressive emo and indie.
Let's do 2 bands from each
Okay,
host for
okay.
each day.
Put some order to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just 2 bands or like 2 bands each.
2 bands each.
Bands
Big
each?
Mac said he put on a 2-day fest last year with 25 bands and he wanted to pull his hair out by the end.
Oh my God.
I can
Just imagine having to organize so much
Ooh.
and then having to plan for even more.
Yeah.
25 bands.
That's insane.
That is a
insane.
lot.
That's a lot.
Okay, maybe we need to check our.
Again, this is Dream
This is
World.
Dream World.
This is
Yeah.
Dream World.
So what's on Friday?
Friday will be progressive emo indie.
Okay,
So-
I got some.
You got
I
them?
got-
What do you got? We got.
I would start off with Yada Yada.
Ooh, good one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's-
yada yada. They're really good.
That's
They're-
amazing.
That
They're
would
good.
be a good pick. That they're more in the emo.
Yeah.
Emo progressive. Yada yada. That's
All
a
right.
good pick.
While you're thinking about it, Big Mac said check out Yonder Ways Metal Fest. That's the one him and Jeremy put on.
Okay.
Yonder
Yonder Ways. Okay.
Yonder Way.
All right. So while you're thinking, I'm gonna pick Kills Birds.
Love Kills Birds.
Oh,
so
yeah,
good.
they were really good.
So good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Kills Birds. Now I'm struggling between the last one because it's only giving me two.
You're giving me two. I have three that I want to say.
yeah,
So
I have three.
would-
I want to say two.
Would progressive and emo and indie like include like the dark wave and the industrial stuff too?
Could
Okay.
it's post punk?
We said 3 days, right?
Yeah.
What would be the next day?
Next day would be punk and hardcore.
Okay.
So like the
Hardcore.
Die Spits and the
Alright.
Honey and Verosas.
I can't pick between these two artists. I'm just gonna say both of them: Devin
Alright.
Thompson and India Arkin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
100%.
That is
Having
that is a
them
good pick.
having them duet would be crazy.
I mean, we're gonna have to have multiple stages, obviously.
Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously.
obviously.
Dude, my two would be East Moon.
Okay,
Alright,
This one's
yeah.
a great pick.
East Moon, remember East Moon, Chicago?
it's a
They-
great
yada, yada. And also our friends, too early to tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alternative, grungy.
Grungy.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Bring
like
Jeff,
it.
Bring Jeff over here.
All right, so I went with yada yada, yada yada. I was having a hard time that I was trying to see if I can get one of these other bands in on another day, but I was torn between Sincere Engineer.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Sincere Engineer would be
Engineer,
awesome.
it would be an awesome one.
They've been doing some festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been
around.
touring up and down.
Hell yeah.
My other one was Makeout Palace.
Got Palace.
Okay.
Dude, you got Super Cassette.
Yeah.
That's
super-
another one.
Is that Scam Likely?
That's a thing. Just
Or-
going back. I already regret.
Yeah.
Not that I regret,
Yeah.
but like I could have picked so many other bands.
You know what? Yada yada. Super Cassette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good duo. Good duo right there.
Might be talking to
All right. What about the punk and hardcore?
Ooh, punk hardcore.
Oh,
So I'm gonna bend the rules a little bit. I mean, Sincere Engineer was pretty punk.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see
See
that.
that.
They're
A
like
lot
the
of yelling.
classic punk sound.
Yeah.
I'll take dibs on Dice Spit.
Man.
I'm gonna go the pill.
They're just in Austin right there.
I'm gonna go the
Yeah.
pill, the toxin, and off leash. Sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't-
Ooh,
Hoffman.
All
three of those are really good.
Off Leash was good. No, you know what? I'm gonna do a Promised End. My punk
Oh,
band
yeah.
from Boston.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll bring them.
And Die Spits.
Sad Park.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
they've
Sad
been
Park?
doing
I feel like shit. Sad. I think yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sincere Engineer and Sad Park.
That okay.
I'll do my two for these. The title band, I would love to have Idols there, and then I would just have one. Oh, Sprints.
Sprints.
Sprints is
Yeah.
a good one.
Bro, what kind of budget do you think we have?
Dude, this is at Wet and Wild.
Hey, I saw Chevelle at Wet n Wild.
You guys don't know, Wet n Wild's a water park.
Yeah.
Big Mac, it's a local water park that
It's in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, it's not
In the middle
it's
of
not
it.
known for
hygiene.
yeah.
Sorry, Wet n Wild. We're a great establishment.
No, we like wow.
Could I have free tickets?
Actually, they have a concert coming up, don't
I
they?
think they used to have concerts every year.
All the time. Yeah.
So it's day 3.
Day 3 would be like the metal thrash. I guess.
Kamikaze Zombie, Embering Effigy.
I was gonna take Embry Effigy.
Embering Effigy.
Yeah, that's a Big Mac.
Honey Verosa says Wentwild's known for the piss river.
Yeah.
What do you think? I got sick.
You got sick. Same time, dude.
Let's see, Aerolize.
Aerolize would be awesome.
Aerolize would be awesome.
What was that the Lincoln Park?
Aerolize.
Aerolize.
Okay.
Embering Effigy.
Embering Effigy.
You said Embering Effigy. You said Kamikaze. You said Aerolize.
Kamikaze, such a good one.
Oh, dude.
Honey and Verosa, obviously.
Honey Verosa, yeah.
And Verosa.
Lockjaw.
Dude,
Lockjaw would be crazy.
You know what? I'm But alibis, man.
Alibi.
Alibi.
Big Mac, I'm so fucking down for a water park show.
Imagine just a whole bunch of like metal artists in bathing suits at a freaking
No. Metal artists are gonna be in their black jorts, black tank top.
We're gonna get kicked the fuck out. That's what's
Big Mac, is this not correct? They will be in black jorts and their black tank tops, getting
they're like-
sunburned.
They're
because-
with the band shirt with the sleeves cut off.
Oh, there we
yeah.
go.
Perfect.
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 No, you also bring in some Latin America. We'll bring in Venomous.
Venomous?
Preacher.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Trash, dude. Can you imagine a mosh pit in the wave pool?
That'd be
Imagine the wall in the way.
Talk about poison.
Oh yeah.
Poison in the wave pool.
Oh man. Okay. So we're trying to speak it into existence.
Yes.
Glenfest
Yeah.
2027.
We have some things to work on before we
Yeah.
get there.
Big Mac said it's like 70,000 tons of metal, but with water slides.
God.
Dude.
Be my banana hammock. Whoa.
No sunscreen.
No,
Let's see that red tan.
We're gonna do a Borat style.
Them cheeks are getting red.
He's gonna do Borat.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
dude.
Them cheeks are getting red.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that'd be so funny.
It would be awesome.
I mean,
And we already picked the venue apparently.
venue. I mean, if you have a band or a venue that would like to get involved, please direct your inquiries to our contact form on rockmental.com/contact or email us at info@rockmental.com. Thank you very much.
We're gonna get a cease and desist from Wet and Wild. We're talking shit about our water, man.
We're trying to bring a concert. Oh my god.
Anyway, so
This episode is definitely called
let's
ADHD
talk about-
Tensions.
we're like at hour 3 right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about our playlist real quick. And I'll go ahead and go through mine. I added every single one of the artists that we watched on Friday. Twin Tribes. We put that song Monolith, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh,
god. It was so good. The last song played, it was
Live. One of the best
insane.
songs I've heard live
Yeah.
ever.
Dang.
They're that good.
Oh, wait, Big Mac said, "Don't tempt me with a good time, boys."
Traders. I added Forever Grey and Soft Vein. I also put on some more post-punk dark wave artists that I like. Drab Majesty are like they're like icons of
Yeah.
dark wave. Lebanon Hanover, really good as well. And Sextile. Sextile's more electronic dance dark wave. And in my opinion at least, Night in Athens has a lot of songs that
Yeah.
sound like that.
Okay.
But one song that we're gonna listen to on the way out, right? Figure it out. Past Fiction. You guys
Yes. So good.
just listen. I won't
Okay.
tell you what the song is. Just listen, and your mouth is gonna drop.
All right.
Ooh.
Cool. You want to go next, Groompy?
Yes, yes. So I got into the fuzz movement.
Okay.
No, after Beach Riot, it gives you bands kind of like similar or whatever. So I went through some of them. I mean, I love the sound. I actually like the sound a lot.
No.
So another band from the UK, Snake Eyes.
Hmm.
All right.
Uh,
All right.
Really into that fuzz sound as well, that distorted sound. Really good band, Snake Eyes.
Okay.
A band that actually featured in one of these kind of test
Oh yeah, the test shows.
the test shows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pacifica. It's 2 girls. They got their drummer now, but a guitarist and a bassist.
Remember? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They play a beautiful cover of a Stroke song, Barely Legal.
Oh,
right.
that's a good.
Beautiful,
Song.
and
Yeah.
it's just bass, guitar, and then both of them singing.
Very simple.
Very simple. They play such a good. But right now, we were just talking about it. Their monthly listeners has like tripled since then.
Mhm.
They are in the up and coming. Pacifica. I put one of their most popular songs, Misled, in there. Just hear them out. They're met in New York. They got together, but they're actually Argentinian.
Oh, cool.
They were out there in Argentina right now. They are putting in the work. They got some music coming up.
Yep.
I don't know if it's an album, an EP, but they got some good music coming out. So please listen to them. Pacifica, really good band, really good. And then staying in that Latin movement, I put Mora y los Metegoles.
Okay.
Very, very good indie band from I think the members are Argentinian and from Uruguay.
Nice.
And it's a very good band. Don't want to give out too much because maybe this is a little small preview.
Oh,
little small preview.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mora y los Metegoles. Yeah.
All right, all right.
All
Mr.
right.
Chaotic.
So I had to add our friend Too Early to Tell, Jeff. There, it came out like I mentioned. He came out with a new EP. It's called Range of Motion. It's a 4-track EP. Part of that, I added the song Feel. Part of that EP, really good stuff. I think he's gonna start gigging also up in there. He's from Long Island, New York.
Cool.
And so hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about that on the Beyond the Pit episode.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you like a musical taste of Too Early to Tell on the playlist there. I also added a 4-piece metalcore band from Spain. They're called Retrace the Lines.
Cool.
They got 3.k listeners. Their latest single called Dopamine, which a lot of us with ADHD know a lot about.
Yeah.
Well, don't know a lot about actually. They're really good band, really good. They sound really awesome, really clean, really good. The next band is actually the band that we listened to at the top of the show. Their name is Colossus. Colossus with a K.
Okay.
They're a melodic metal band from Germany.
Okay.
You can guess who recommended?
Oh yeah, I think I might know who.
Good buddy Seabass recommended. Really good. The song that we were playing is called Maelstrom Material. They're really good. They have that like classic melodic metal sound. They got some songs that are a little weird. They get a little weird. They get a little weird.
Yeah.
Just say one of their songs, a brass section, was brought in.
Okay.
Again,
A little
good.
A little
It's
weird.
good.
Okay.
It's good. And then I had to add, and I kind of messed up because I know you added them last week, but I gotta add them this. Was a recommendation from Big Mac of their friends By Way of Fire.
I had already called dibs. Are you taking the dibs from me?
Dude, we said that there's no rules.
Oh.
Come on, bro.
There are
Dude, they're so good and so underrated that they need to be on the playlist 2 weeks in a row. Okay.
Yes.
The Harbinger. Holy shit. That riff.
Yeah.
Like it's just been stuck in my head.
So good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Like if you turn them on, you'd be like, Alexa, hold
Yep.
on. What's going on? Like they're that good. And they only have like 22 monthly listeners.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Ridiculous.
Just
Ridiculous.
stupid low. Yeah.
Ridiculous. And this is one of the bands that the Big Mac gave a shout out to. So
Yeah.
they call themselves metal from Northern Georgia.
Yeah.
So really good stuff. You can
Alright.
find the playlist if you go to rockmental.com/music. Give us a day. We'll update all the artists, all our featured artists, but also the
Yeah.
playlist on there. If you're just looking for some really awesome music, really awesome artists, go to rockmental.com/music.
Really.
What did Big Mac say?
He said, "I love those boys. They just played their first show at the Masquerade in Atlanta. I'm so proud of them.
Hey.
Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up.
They are really fucking good.
Yeah.
They are really good.
Really
Yeah.
good. You look at that classic metal sound.
They got some good things coming, man.
Yeah, they do.
They take the kind of like the deep purple kind of
Yeah,
and
that
motor
one.
Yeah.
just that really clean
Mhm.
classic. A little less so than like Killer Kin, but
Yeah.
man, they got some good.
They
good
got,
Yeah.
stuff.
they got some good energy. Man. It was really good. Woo! Well, boys, I think this is our longest episode ever.
Yeah,
Actually, no.
This
Actually,
happens
it
when we're
wasn't.
unscripted
yeah,
and unmedicated.
yeah. And we had too much caffeine.
Yeah, a lot too much
Anyway.
caffeine. Anyway, but hey, thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for joining the chat. Honey Verosa, Big Mac, thanks so much for
Love you
hanging
guys.
out with us. Love
Thanks,
you,
boys.
dudes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Show us some love. And what it doesn't matter if it's on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you're watching us right now, please give us a follow. Or if you're listening to us later on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Amazon Music, please give us a follow. Please give us a review. All those 5 stars would be amazing. And let us know. Keep on comments, man. We want to hear from you. We want your interaction. If you know a band that we need to be paying attention to, please give us a link. If you are in a band and you want us to give you a listen, just like Big Mac did, just send us your shit, man. We'll take a listen. We're
Absolutely.
always down.
Yeah.
We're always down. Trust us. We listen to music all week long. That's what we do.
Yes.
So
it's gotten
please.
so bad that I had to like take a break from listening to music,
Yeah.
like just so I could chill out for a second.
It was an OSHA required break.
Yes.
We had to give them.
I have to go back. I have my playlist of like my
Mhm.
regular music. Sometimes I just have to go back to like reset my
Yeah.
reset my my taste
Your-
buds.
Your palate.
My palate,
cleanse
yeah,
our
cleanse my
palates.
palate, and then okay, let's dive to new
Yeah.
music.
I have to do that. Mondays for me is my old, Deftones, 9 Inch
Yeah,
Nails,
you
like,
got
the
to.
stuff I grew up on, and then like the new stuff, like Unknown Mortal Orchestra's coming out with new stuff.
That's
Like
right.
I have to keep up with the
Yeah.
my
Yes.
bands, the
Dude.
bands I love.
Dude, a lot of rock metal bands are coming out with new music.
Yep.
They are.
New-
They really are.
We have to come out with something else.
Big
to,
Mac said, check out Severed and their new song Relapse is killer.
Oh, I did check out Severed.
They're really good.
All right, and then we got mental health resources, rockmental.com/help. We got information about 988. We got information about helping survivors. And don't forget, Heads Up Guys and their promotion this month, Stand Up for Him. Just put something on social media, hashtag Stand Up for Him. For me, again, for those fellas out there, those dads that can't be with their kids, standing up for you guys. All right.
Oh yeah.
What we're doing the next episode.
Well, first of all, watch us during the week. We might get another Beyond the Pit during the week.
Yep.
Yep.
Check out our socials. We'll put content for you guys during the week, so don't worry about us. Just for the next episode, we'll have a lot of content for you guys during the week.
Yeah. Well, it's Father's Day.
It is Father's Day. That's what I was gonna bring up.
Happy Father's Day, guys.
Yeah,
Happy Father's Day.
to you. So
Happy Father's Day
Happy Father's Day.
to you guys out there,
Yes.
too.
So we might do something.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We might be busy this upcoming weekend, but keep up with the socials. We'll keep you guys updated on what we might do. But figured, how can they stay in touch with us?
Yeah, head over to @RockMentalOfficial on all of the good social media platforms. That's where you could find a lot of our shorts, a lot of our clips. If you want to figure out what's going on with the new bands, the Beyond the Pits and stuff like that, that's where you can head over to. You can also head over to rockmental.com. That's where you get like the latest news on the Rock Mental. I think we're working on a newsletter so that if you wanted to, you could sign up and get weekly notifications on what's going on, what we're doing, things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, share with your friends.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
guys.
now check out these boys, Past Fiction. They're from Bali, Indonesia.
Indonesia. Whoa. All right. Have a kick-ass week, punks. We'll see you next time.
Holy shit!
Dude, I'm gonna steal that.
Too late.
Indonesia? Whoa!